Serious, what's up, bro? Yo, why is this? What's up, Bluff God? How you doing, bro? 36 Souls, what's good, bro? What's this bitch up here? Send out the links. William Oates, what's good, bro? NPC gang in the house. Oh man. You guys don't know. Asha Cole released a new kit on CMP Kits this Monday. It's fantastic. It's called Fancy Loops. It's 11 compositions with the stems. CMPKits.com. You guys want to check that out. And then also Shane, a couple weeks ago, she dropped her from the six one shot kit. It's a whole bunch. I think it's 72 one shots from the OB6. So if you guys are looking for getting into some analog sounds, either for your standalone vibes or for using Contact or FL Channel Rack, work really good in FL Channel Rack. We have that available to you. All right. Beat Juggernaut says CMP says Victor Oladipo is vintage and not in a good way. I mean, you know, the thing about Victor Oladipo is people think he's gonna play um the way that the way that uh the way that he played that 1 year in Indiana. Like when you look at Victor Oladipo's career, he's never been healthy ever, except for the 1 year in Indiana. The 1 year in Indiana, he was healthy, but he was injured when he was in Orlando. He was injured on the Thunder. He was injured in. I mean, bro, he hasn't played. It's going to be in almost 2 seasons, and his team is talking about no, yeah, we'll be ready for January. I think that's all cap. That's what they said to try to get him in a situation where someone would sign him for more than the minimum. And I know, well, I don't know, but I suspect what's really going on is Victor Oladipo is not going to play next season at all. He got picked up on a minimum so that because what happened was since the heat picked him up, they have his bird rights now, right? So they know that he wants to play for the Heat. It's like not a secret that Victor Oladipo wants to play for the Heat. So they're looking at it like, yo, okay, let's give him this minimum contract, right? Let's let him rehab in our system. Let's let him rehab with our doctors, right? And then hopefully, like, we can build some equity with this player who already wants to be here anyway. Look and say like, look, nobody was going to sign you. We made sure to get you that money so that you can rehab. And then when he decides that he wants to play, and then also the Heat can like monitor if it's even worth it to try to sign him for real money next year. Um so that's what that's all about, dude. That's why I don't that's why, like, everybody's like, oh, we got this guy, and then Victor Oladipo's gonna come back. No, Victor Oladipo's not coming back. Like, I'm telling you right now, I would bet, like, anybody who wants to bet money with me, I'll bet you money that man does not play next year. But yeah. So it was cool. in my Discord the other day, some of the bros were they were posting these API pedals. What's up, John Black? They were posting these API pedals, and it was it's cool because it's the the Z transformer. Um, and it's got, shout out to CMP. These I had nothing to do with these. They were playing with me, but these are on pre-order now. This API select line. I haven't used it yet. I haven't done the math on it. I don't know necessarily what this is about, but it's definitely cool to see them take one of um pieces of their gear and make it smaller. And what this is really looking like, guys, is there's no the market for big API gear and all of all these different devices for rack equipment inside studios and these big complex spaceships. While there's still a ton of studios that exist, like Nashville market, LA market, film and TV stuff like that. So that's still there, but there's been like a significant drop off in commercial studios. Like, that's common sense, everybody knows it. And what's going on now that our class of musician is going to benefit from is these companies are going to have to find out a way to make up for that loss in revenue. And it looks like what they're doing, from from creating the SSL 6 to creating the SSL 6 500 series to these. And I'm gonna show you guys something else in a minute here. um so they've got a pedal that's their compressor, and then they've got a pedal that can do distortion, and then also has a 3 band EQ on it, right? Which is awesome. It's a fixed frequency, but fixed frequent, like we're so spoiled from using our computers, that oh, hold on one second. All right, so where was I? We're so used to using, like, the adjustable cues from like our stock EQs, that we see like a fixed I'm not even showing you guys this shit. Hold on, let's back up. But we see these fixed values, and we're kind of like, oh, we can't use that. And what you don't realize is that all of, like, the most amazing music that you wanted to sample, and that, like, it was all made on stuff like this. It wasn't made on super surgical EQs. Those super surgical EQs are, cool and everything, but they can have a propensity to to overcorrect. You get a little too crazy with them, right? What's up, Ashley Gordon? Roshi's in the building. So these are interesting. They're priced up at like the boutique level. Um, I'm interested how the guitarists put these to work. I really am. Um, I don't I don't really understand the electronics angle of it, to where this is like, this is 9 volts, and it's got a transformer inside of it, but what are we really going to be doing? So, which led me to go down. Here's the other CMP pedal that I was telling you guys about before I showed it. It's the compressor, and this one's super dope because, just like, bro, it's got a wet dry knob. Like, if you were, I don't know, if you were on if you were on your drum design, um, one shot type vibes, I could see that being useful for what we do. But when I w- when I looked at that and I realized what was happening, and I seen, um have you guys seen the SSL 6 stuff? So SSL6 is like my favorite thing that I've bought in a long time. And what SSLs did is they took the components of the SSL6, right? So on an SSL6 channel strip, let me just pull it up here so you can see it. So on the SSL, thanks CNAB, I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for tapping in. So on the SSL6, you could see like that red knob. That's the SSL super analog preamp, right? Next to that, the green knob is the individual channel compressor. Below that, the violet, that's the violet EQ for the high frequency shelf, and you can either do a bell or a shelf, right? And then below that is the low frequency. You can either do a bell or a shelf on that, right? So this is it's like a whole channel strip, right? Again, fixed values, but dude, like it's an SSL EQ, like a real one, right? No aliasing. Like it sounds awesome. So what they've done is they've started to break these down. So say maybe you don't need an SSL mixer, right? Maybe you have a 500 rack and you just want to what's up, beer gang? Say and you just want to go ahead and put some add some gain to your 500 rack. A nice SSL preamp. Boom, you got it here for $400. And the way that they've been able to miniaturize these parts has really expedited this. So not only do you get the preamp, not only do you get the preamp, right? You get the EQ and you get the compressor. That's a that's a $400 channel strip from SSL. That's crazy. So like once I started seeing things go that way, and then I seen um, the API guitar pedals, I was like, yo, hold on. So you see, like when you see something from API, like a piece of rack gear, right? It's $3,000. This is their channel strip, right? So you got your 512, you got your 527 compressor here. You know what I mean? You got your three band EQ, and then you've got your output stage, right? Mono, which is just one channel, right? This is just for one microphone. Okay, so $3,000. So what SSL has done, or what API has done, they were like, yo, let's uh let's do something here. And first, now this is what they're dropping now. So they're giving us a tube compressor, right? Stereo with two individual channels. You get the same ratios as like a 1176. You got your adjustable release time, makeup gain, and you see this button right here. That's the most important thing. Like I looked at that, I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. What's up, Big Will? Um, Best 500 series rack recommendation. I don't know, bro. I don't use 500 stuff. I not the guy for that. So this is interesting because you've got this is a lot of you guys, like, you're obsessed with stereo because you've done nothing your entire life but make beats inside of a computer, so you think that everything's stereo. But in the real world, signals are captured with microphones, right? And microphones are mono. So all the studio gear is built for mono. But what's happening now, what's happening now is that you can these gear companies are being aware that we're hybridizing our setups, and what we really want is we want to put sauce on the mix bus stage, right? So this is what this is for, right? That link button is it's going to allow you to only use this side of the this side of the controls to it's like an old DBX compressor, right? Use that side of the controls to mix that to work on the stereo signal, right? So they've got a tube compressor that they're dropping. Okay. This is crazy. This is something that could compete with my drummer, right? And look at it. Look at it. This thing is beautiful, dude. This thing is amazing. So you've got the two channel EQ. And I don't if this is one of the click ones, I don't think this is going to do a linked, but you can use this the same way. Like for you get something like this, you get two channels of EQ, you want to use it as your bus EQ or whatever, you could do that. Or you could take two individual sources and have, and record them in real time. So you could split the strip. It's like it's amazing what they're doing because they're making this stuff so versatile. And it's with us in mind. It's with the home, the home studio musician. Yeah, and these prices are super reasonable for you got to remember these are two channels, right? So normally like you split this in half, this would be this would be a band. Look at this. Look at this. Tubes, bro. So like solid state is giving you the it's giving you the solid state stuff, the transformers and stuff, and API is coming to bring tubes to your studio. They want you to experience a tube workflow. Now, I'm sure that there'll be people, talking about the quality of the tubes and the tubes aren't good, but I am I'm very intrigued by this stuff. And I'm probably gonna buy one of these just to have it, see what it does, see what the workflow is like, see what the sound is like, just to see what type of trajectory this is going. Because yeah, think we're in a 1 year of a decade, right? It's 2021, a brand new decade, and this is how they're starting the decade off with us. They're starting, they're leaning into slimming down the hardware, still selling you the hardware, but selling the hardware that's functional in the applications that we may have it. It's really cool. John Black says, make a the baby type beat and send it to him to make an unapologetic. Yo, John Black, you were bugging, bro. You gotta chill out, dog. Uh, that's crazy. Conundrums, what's up, bro? Oh, conundrums is coming in sassy. If you have a brain, you could put two and two together with these home studio price points. There's no reason to start incorporating outboard gear unless you hate sound. There's no reason not to start. There's no reason not to start. Yes, yes, yeah. Maybe you could go over how sample songs that have tempo changes in Studio One. I mean, mega old songs that wasn't recorded with a click. Tell you what, if you send me one of these samples that's kicking your ass, I might do that for you. But you can't ask me to have those type of questions because I don't make shit hard for myself. I make shit super easy for myself. So if there was a song that I heard that had tempo changes and I couldn't catch it, I would just not do it. But if you have a song that's kicking your ass, please send it. Maybe we could do that today. I spent $150 on a rack mount and I literally hear the difference. Should I buy a Fusion? I heard the noise one time and I value your voice. Well, all right, so I've used the first thing that I got um when I was going down this when I was going down this road of trying to figure out how to analog out my two bus was I got this right. Um, I was intrigued by it that it could do that it had what's it called it it's very similar to the the SSL Fusion, right? It's got the two band EQ. It's got some type of like it has API and Neve console circuits. I did not enjoy this because for some reason it was noisy, right? This was like if this wasn't noisy I might still have it, but this was very noisy. Like it was very noisy. And when I got the SSL 6, the SSL 6 was not, or the SSL Fusion was not noisy. On top of that, the SSL Fusion has a couple compressor modes on it, which are really interesting. And the console drive, I prefer the SSL console drive over the Silver Bullets console drive, just for my personal taste. Um, and the SSL Fusion is built exactly for that purpose, right? It's built for that purpose to make the stuff on your two bus sound better. So that's dope. Um, Ite says, I get what you're saying, but most of the songs I'm trying to sample are old soul songs with no consistent tempo, trying to remake. Bro, send me the sample. It's it's craftmaster954 at gmail.com. Mixed by Ryan. Last season in the finals, I thought Dragic was the Heat weren't in the finals last year. They got swept. You mean in the playoffs? Yeah, Heat had a lot of weaknesses last season. Last season was not a good season. So not a good season. That was a very frustrating. I mean, Conundrums is giving you a very good tip. Don't sleep on that tip. Um another thing that you could do, because you're inside Studio One, is just take the sample and warp it inside Studio One. Like use the like find the piece that you're gonna sample, that 16 bars or whatever that you're gonna chop, and then open up the bend markers and put it on the grid. What is the deal if somebody wants to send you the sample to your email? It's craftmaster954 at gmail.com. Place promo videos in your social networks. Fuck you, bro. I don't even post on my social networks. Bro, these people, I don't even know what the hell this is, bro. I get, ever since I turned my subscriber count back on, my subscriber count back on, like they just like won't stop sending me stuff, bro. What'd you guys think about that versus though? Yeah, what am I supposed to do with this? Bro, I don't use headphones for shit anymore. I don't even use headphones to stream with you guys. Wearing headphones and making music is like wearing a condom. No. I was just Money Mike says as we step into his time machine, is CMP back on the silver bullet. No, I was just giving CNAB some backstory on uh on my two bus journey. Yeah, no, yeah, that's what they do, John. Have I tried any of the plugins? I tried the celestial one, and that's what made me buy an SSL Fusion. All right, so I was dude, that locks versus, that was like one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. I did I was up yeah, no money mics. I don't think I disagreed with any of you guys. I don't know why, like Trips was giving me shit too. I was just playing Busy Bones Busy Bones verse on Take Me to Church. I I've been a proponent, and I've been saying this for you know what? Yo, I've been very solid in this opinion, right? Bro, when it comes to rap music, and when it comes to hip hop music, like, the hip hop always wins. Like, the best lyricists sell the most records, right? Like, they just do. Like, not, maybe not necessarily the best lyricists in the in the sense of, you know, everybody on the planet, battle rappers all included, like, but the ones that are in the business, right? So let me frame it up like that. Like, the best lyricists in the business sell the most records. They have the best tours, and they have the highest selling tours because they're fucking MCs. You know what I mean? Like, the dudes who do the super auto tuney stuff, that don't do nothing but smoke blunts and drink lean all day, with the exception of Little Wayne. But Little Wayne is like a super MC, right? Like, we can talk about that like another time. But the people who are the realest MCs, like, not the realest MCs in terms of, like, yo, you know, what up, B, from, you know, from the East Coast, da 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 da. No, but like, in terms of, like, yo, you are deadly in the art of rapping, in the art of writing raps, in the art of performing raps, in the art of being in front of a large group of people, and getting them to, you know, move with your energy, and you know, respond to your respond to what you're giving out, like emceeing, right? And the thing is, ever since ever since the Beanie Man battle, ever since that battle, I've been telling anybody I ever have this conversation with, ever since the Beanie Man battle, dog, the fucking records and how they affected the culture, or how much they sold, or if it was an anthem, like, that shit don't matter anymore. And I'm going to tell you why, right? So this whole hip hop shit, like, it started with them down there in the sound clashes. It's that culture, right? If you know music, you know that. You know that hip hop was literally birthed from Jamaica. It's where the shit comes from. The Jamaican people are elite at music and the culinary arts. Fucking love Jamaica, okay? So when you when I watched that, right? I didn't know I didn't know probably 98% of the songs. And there was a moment that occurred in there where I forgot who it was, but the track came up, right? And the track came up. And bro was like fixing himself. He was getting ready to perform his song. And I think it was Beanie Man, like, jumped in front of the camera and started and started freestyling on his beat, right? And then you see bro in the back, and he was like, "Oh my god!" Like, you could tell, like, he was like, "Yo, I can't believe he's, you know, like, he upped the level of the performance to this level, right?" And that was the first time, like, you seen it. I think that was the first time that they were both in the same space, and it still happened on Instagram, right? So, you know, since that time, there's been a couple other ones where they haven't they've been in someone's home, like the Rick Ross and Two Chains comes to mind, right? But bro, once they started doing them on stages, like that's it. There's no more of this, of like you can't talk about how this is going to go based on what the fucking radio told you. You can't do it based on what your timeline says. You can't do it based off of fucking memes and Instagram. No, it's back, bro. It's fucking back. You go and you do that shit and you put your catalog up against someone else's, you're going to have to perform. You're going to have to be an MC. If you're a singer, you're going to have to sing. If you're a producer, you're going to have to play your records. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be like perfect example. There is 100%, 100%, 100% a case that can be made, because I'm not sure what the consensus is, but there's 100% a case that can be made that Gucci Mane beat Jeezy. If you were to tell that to somebody in New York, they would be like, how, right? But if you're from the South, you know exactly how disrespectful it was that Gucci Man did the songs that he did in that man's face. And then at the end of the verses, Jeezy's like, "Hey, you want to do that song that we did back in the day?" And it was like it was like a complete, just like bro, like Gucci, like Gucci pwned Jeezy, right? You know what I mean? Like it happened. So when it comes to like, okay, so we're putting on an event, it's in Madison Square Garden, even if it's like the auditorium off to the side, it's the venue, right? And we're gonna take Dipset and we're gonna take Locks. Like the first thing that comes to mind, it should be from now on, because I'm so tired of listening to these conversations and everybody like always talking about the fucking commercial impact of the record, bro. Like I'm tired of people talking about music. Like you ever notice? You ever notice like this whole shit? Like anytime we talk about music now, they talk about the rollout. Like, like bro, we're not A&Rs, bro. We're fucking fans. And if we're super fans, we're musicians, right? So what the fuck do we care about a rollout for? Side note. Anyway, point is, you go to you go to Madison Square Garden, you take two groups from New York, right? Where the narrative this whole time is like how on the internet is like, yo, Dipset is so much above the Locks, right? It was a movement, blah blah blah. Like I get it. I was there. I know exactly what happened. Those fucking towers fell, right? And then Cam got signed to Rockefeller, and then they came out with the home of 9/11, place of the lost towers. And then that imprinted in the soul of every hip hop fan in the East Coast, that because that was such a traumatic experience, right? And Dipset was so good at making, like, they made like the post 9/11 America jams. They got the guitars, they got the guitars going. All their stuff is not all of it, but a lot of it was rock samples. They took the soul samples for the girl stuff. But here's what you forgot. Here's what you forgot. Their hearts wasn't in that shit, right? Jim Jones used to rap off beat. Joel Santana's flow was fucking weird. And they would constantly, anytime they ever went on TV to talk about what they did, right? They would show up high as fuck. Like I'm talking about like noticeably high. Like not like the high that you used to get before you went to science class, Like I'm talking about like super geeked, right? And they would sit down, and I remember these. I have an amazing memory. I remember these interviews. Anytime someone would ask them about like whatever their new song, they would always, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, they would always tell you how much time it didn't take them to do it. Oh yeah, we did Oh Boy in an hour. We just went in there and one take did. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, this single, d. You know, Sports, Drugs, and Entertainment, amazing album. Probably my favorite Cameron album, right? But once they started talking that we're making hits in 15 minutes, and they started talking about like, taking this little bit of time that they were spending in the studio and they were so great, and then using it to buy laundry mats and, you know, obviously the jewelry front and everything like that. You know, you realize like your heart ain't in it. You know what I mean? Like you guys are presenting yourself like, hey, we're from the street. We can't believe that we can get paid for getting drunk and saying witty shit on the mic. Like this is what we do. We do this on the block, so we could do it here. All right. So you think about who the Locks are. The Locks come up through the New York underground, running around with Mace, battling with DMX and shit, like before all of them guys got signed. Crazy, right? Then on top of that, when you think about their work, like they signed to Bad Boy. They were in the studio making songs with Biggie Smalls. You know what I'm saying? They were a part of that, Puff Daddy, uh, cinematic universe where the records were larger than life. And then on top of that, they got Puff producing them. So what a lot of people don't know about Puff is Puff, when he gets these new artists and he's grooming them and shit like that. And Royce has told these stories about how it made him such a better MC. Where, like for example, Royce wrote "Tell Me," the song with Christina Aguilera, and Puffy made him rewrite the verses 5 times over. Made him write it 5 times over. 5 times. Imagine somebody telling you to write the song 5 times over. And of course, you're going to do it because it's a Puffy album, right? It's going to be one of your biggest placements. You write for Dr. Dre, you write for Puffy, you're going to do that shit. So those three guys are coming from that level of studio experience, right? Of just like being young and going through the regiment. And that's what they go through. They get out of that situation. They they get back with their family and stuff like that. Then they branch off and they all never stop releasing music. They never stop releasing music. Diplomats and them, they fell off. Not in terms of impact and sales and everything like that, but just like as far as the work. So now you're going to take and you're going to put this on a stage, right? You're going to put this on a stage, and on top of that, it's going to be a competition, not a celebration. I don't know how this surprised anybody, right? I don't know how it surprised anybody. Um and what and what irritates me about it, the fact that it did surprise everybody, is because it just goes to show how sleep we still are, right? Because you see people and they talk about like, man, I wish I could make the music that I would just want to make, but nobody likes it, and the industry won't accept me, and like, bro, that whole idea of what the industry will and won't do, like, you have to understand how fucking stupid you sound saying shit like that. Like if you talk like that, stop it. Stop it. Because you're not in the industry, first of all. So you don't know. You don't have any friends. You're not tapped in with A&Rs. You don't know what people are looking for. You don't know what it says on them emails for the type of beats that they're looking for, or what type of projects that they're cooking up. You have no idea. You're a fucking fan. Shut up. Right? Make the music you want to make. Because every time the opportunity where we're involved, like with verses, right? The beautiful thing about it, let me land this plane. What's happening with verses, and the more that they're done on stage, and the more competitive they're going to be, and the bar that Jadakiss and them boys just raised, right? Is they brought you back into it. They brought you back into the discussion, right? Brought me back into the discussion, all of us. When they go on with these now, nobody is going to be able to you're not going to be able to get it from popular media figures. You're not going to be able to get it from print. You're not going to be able to get it from the record labels. You're not going to be able to get it from your timelines. Nobody can tell you, hey, because of these numbers, this formula, this reaction, and this amount of money, right? That's what's important. The For so long, hip hop has been such a celebration of fucking people's paychecks. It's retarded. Like, yeah, Dr. Dre's a billionaire. I'm so happy for him. Daughter ain't happy for him. Regardless, though, we all know, we all know what wins and what loses, right? We all know what a good MC is. We all agree that what we want to experience with hip hop is a fucking good MC when it comes to that. On top of that, you guys seen the performance from the DJ, right? So not only are we being reminded that good MCs reign supreme, doesn't matter what your fucking perceived success or perceived Q rating is. When you get put to the test and you have to perform, you're either going to lose or have a bunch of excuses, right? On top of that, you get to see the contribution from the DJ. The DJ is the most important part of this whole shit. They play us the music. It's not the guys talking shit, lying about how tough he is on the mic, right? And in all the conversations that we've had about it up until this point, you see people saying, "Oh, well, if Dipset had a better DJ, and if they were more prepared," what people are actually saying is, if those guys were actual MCs, it would have made for a better performance. And my question to you all is, when are you going to stop lying to yourself and accept that these numbers and this perceived success has no bearing on anything you want to do? You following that model, what you're neglecting to understand is that they're fucking playing games and cheating to make that shit hot. It's not what people really respond to. It's not. You could take somebody who can't perform, right? You could take somebody who can't perform and then put them in a situation to make it look like they are performing, but then when you put them outside for everybody to see, you could see that they're trash, right? I'll give you a perfect example. You guys familiar with Benzino's daughter? The let's see.
Buy it all. Hold on, Dio on my feet, but I don't walk at all. Yeah, munch it on the beat. This shit
See that?
taking off. Yeah, my brother keep it with him. He don't, and they can't stop raining. Buy it all. Hold on, Dio on my feet, but I don't walk at all.
So this is the daughter of, a very influential man in hip hop. Fucking was partners at the source. You know what I mean? Did a lot of music. Gave himself 5 mics. But watch this.
Buy it all. Hold on, Dio on my
See
feet,
that
but I
industry
don't walk at
nepotism
all.
here,
Yeah, munch
right?
it on the beat. This shit taking off.
This is Miami, bro. Don't fucking respond to that shit.
them heat up and they can't stop raining. The monkey.
because because no matter what somebody has led you to believe about Miami, like most cities in America, is a hip hop town, right? So when so you can put yourself in a situation on social media to make it look like you have this power and influence and you're lit, but when we put you in front of the people, you're gonna suck. People aren't gonna respond to that shit. You didn't know this was Benzino's daughter? Yep. 6ix9ine will smoke the stage. But yeah, it's just because I've had the conversation with people like you know lyricists always do well, hip hop always does well. The core fundamentals of hip hop, like being original. You guys know what original means. I don't want to deep dive into what original means, but being original, being yourself, being honest. Like, don't get that confused with like exaggerating and saying that you've got like guns like Neo in the Matrix. Like, of course you don't. But when Beanie Siegel said that, nobody called him fake. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. Nas's album came out. You guys fuck with it? Nas is still relevant off lyrics. Facts, bro. Yeah, conundrums. Conundrum says Jada did what he was supposed to do with the verses. These other cats playing, and verses is literally putting spark plugs in catalogs and giving careers a second wind if done right. Yeah, the good news is that they're all going on tour together. Like, like I think it's going to Orlando. I'm going to Orlando to see that shit. Like, you know, um, I did. Well, I've listened. John, I've listened to the whole album 3 times. I really like the album. Um, I did not enjoy King's Disease one at all. Um, yeah, I didn't like the way that felt. It's too bright, way too bright. Nas, like for me, Nas doesn't always need to be on a primo beat. And I like it when Nas switches his flow up too. Eminem needs to retire. The best part of his verse is when he was switched. Eminem is yeah, Eminem should have quit. Should have laid it down. But I don't know. Who are we to fucking tell people to stop doing what they love? Why do these white boys think that rapping fast is rapping well? I don't think it's a white thing, bro. That's a Midwest thing. That's Midwest United States, right? So Eminem is from Detroit, which is in the middle of the country. You got Tech Nine to the south of him in Kansas. Um, that was always like a Chicago thing, Illinois thing, an Ohio thing. That middle of the country, that's their shit. Yeah, Twista, Crucial Conflict, Do or Die, Psychodrama. I don't think Psychodrama ever rap fast though, but you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, so let's. I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys something. I've been posting on some Facebook groups and stuff, and like trying to help people out with mixing because that seems to be the craziest, just the craziest thing for everybody to get understood and wrap their head around. And it's just like I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys another method because like I keep running into like I made the mixing cheat sheet, and the mixing cheat sheet it's really like a gain staging guide, but I didn't call it a gain staging guide because I didn't want to fight with old heads when I made it. I keep on running into a lot of resistance from people who are always on that like, yo, the DAW has 32, 32 bits of headroom. You don't have to worry about clipping. You don't have to worry about clipping. But even like the people who are making these videos, the ones that do it well, they stop and explain to you that, oh no, there's plugins that you're going to use that you can't clip going into, right? So Big Sean rapping out of pocket, try to act like he's doing something. Yeah, Big Sean, Detroit, Royce. They try to fit in as many syllables as they possibly can, bro. Why do people hate Eminem so much? Um, okay, so uh, it's a couple things, right? So like Eminem is he's uh he's technically an amazing rapper, and there's not if we're honest, you can't make an argument that there is another rapper um that people put in the top 5 of all rappers that's like technically at rapping as good as him, right? And that's problematic for the state of the country that we're in and the relationship between black and white people. It is what it is, and Eminem's the avatar for that, right? Like wokeness is at an all-time high, so you can't put somebody who this group of young people would say is someone who's a cultural appropriator. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it, bro. Eminem is less liked today, and he's a better rapper than he's ever been, right? But he's less liked today than he was back in 2004 when Benzino got the tapes of him fucking calling a black woman, by the way, a black woman, N words on the tape, hard R's, dropping hard R's in his rap. He's less liked. He's less liked today. Like bro, like we caught him dropping the hard R's in reference to a woman, and he sold Diamond, right? And he sold Diamond, but but since Kim Kardashian put cornrows in and other white people said she was pretty, like then it's like now it's like, nah, bro, that's it. We gotta tighten this stuff up, and I get it. It makes sense. I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense. It like I get that shit. I totally understand that shit. Because M has no swag and can rap. That's yeah, that's true, bro. The record label picks his shoes. Eminem is technically crazy, but he doesn't have the intangibles. I mean, at the end of the day, what's cool about a 50-year-old white man rapping? You know, I think that's what everybody's trying to say at this point. What's good, CMP? Technically speaking, I'd put money on Busta. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not. I'm not. I mean, dude, I'm not an Eminem fan, so I don't, I don't really care. But ooh, yo, Money Mike's. Money Mike's remembered his tweet verbatim. He tweeted this out this morning. He was like, Eminem avoiding the Nas feature until they're both past their prime is the hip hop version of Mayweather ducking Pacquiao. What keyboard is under the Moog? That's a Yamaha Mo XF. You're giving him way too much credit, F Marshall. I mean, that's fine, bro. Like I said, I'm not really an Eminem fan. Like for Eminem, like my thing with Eminem, why I'm like, yo, he's not like some like the reason why he doesn't get remembered um for what he used to be. Like a lot of like say Jay-Z, like Jay-Z gets like Jay-Z like rap skill wise, he gets remembered for what he used to be like back in like Dynasty through like volume 1, right? Where he was like when he was still shooting people in every song, right? Um and then people don't have that same respect like that same reverence for Eminem because one, his gimmick was like comedy rap, so whenever he would do his singles they would always like they would it was like literally a fucking clown show. He would dress in drag, put on these super crazy costumes, put Eminem in, put Robin, Dr. Dre in the Batman costume. It was like legit goofy, right? It's weird. But on top of that, like his albums don't stick. You know what I mean? Like he's like he's got like when you think about like when I think about a classic Eminem song, right? Like a legit like hip hop classic, I think about Just Don't Give a Fuck and I think about Rock Bottom, right? Those two songs, like those two songs to me, like those are Eminem's fucking best songs, right? There's nothing in him being in Rap God being like something like like him rapping about Ayatollah Khomeini, you know Eminem is the reason Dr. Dre stopped producing. Yo, like, but you know what I mean? Like, if you listen to if you listen to Rock Bottom, like if you listen to that song, and that's not even like one of the Dre produced ones. If you listen to that song and you're like, yo, fuck Eminem, he's whack, then you're just like super showing your bias. Oh god, Relapse was such a bad album. Some people be talking about Eminem like he's Nas. I think those the people who talk about Eminem like that, there's different types of hip hop fans, right? So you have like your casual fan that just like dances and vibes. You know what I'm saying? Then you have then you have like you know your fan who's like interested in the numbers. They're all about the numbers, and they have this thing where they're like kind of like obsessed with the business. They enjoy the music. They I'm not saying that they don't enjoy the music, but the way that they connect with it is in terms through the material, right? Then you have like the hip hop fans who fucking love hip hop, right? And they love it so much that they do it. Okay? People like you and me. That's us. You know? And then you have people who are like nerds about this shit, right? And the people and you have like the beat nerds, and like beat nerds, those are like the beat nerds are producers, but I can't stand beat nerd producers, bro. They're ugh. And then you have the lyric nerds, right? And the lyric nerds, like they might have fucking used to try to, write freestyles in message groups and shit like that, and did online text battle tournaments. And they're the people who like to listen to the raps, and they like to count all the different syllables. And I'm like that. I used to write raps, like, but I ever since I got a subwoofer in my car when I was 16, and I put on Hot Girls, and I had two girls sitting, sitting on each other's lap on my little CRX, and one of them had a pierced clit, and she like went off my, off my 15 in the back. I was like, yo, there's more to life than multisyllabic rap patterns. So those people, the people who were like super just just amazed by the poetry of rap, those are the people who give him the uh the stuff. See, like PM2 said, gimmicky white privilege rapper. Bottom line, Jada Kiss will eat his lunch. Remember the era where you couldn't talk to a white girl without music without bringing up Eminem Mockingbird? That's such a bad era, bro. That was a bad era. That's such a, oh god. Yo, Eminem definitely made some of the worst music of the 2000s. For sure. for for sure, bro. Yo, Buddy Mikes. Yo. Yo, Buddy Mikes is shooting right now. Buddy Mikes is shooting right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, let me make a beat so I can show you guys this mixing technique. Oh my god, Mike. Mike needs to relax. Hold on one moment, please. Ah, you piece of shit. What's up, Sight? So much vitriol for the white boy. Y'all must be Benzino fans. No? God damn it! What was that chord? Ah. I want to build my life around this chord. Okay. How are we going to do this? What is this? What is happening right now? This is how you make a Nick Cannon type beat. B. No.
I told, I told, I told, I told, I told, I told you, I told you, I need you. It's up to you. I told you, I told you, I told you, I need you. It's up to you.
We want Roxy.
I told you, I told you, I need you. It's up to you. I told you.
No. Yo, this shit's bugging for that. Thanks for stopping by, DJ Old School. Appreciate you tapping in. This shit. Give it to me. Inject it in my veins, bruh. Do we? What are my top 3 mixing plugins right now? I'll show you in a second. I'll show you in a second. You said bring a nice open hat. Sure, why not? I don't like this open hat. Oh man, where's my shit? Do I find the MPC's beats is better with drums? Yes. Yes. So much yes, bro. So much yes. What are you looking for? Hi-hats. Just give me that. Just give me that. Let's do the overdubs. Hold up. Hold up. Let's do it. They have the Triton Extreme now. That's not cool. All right, bet. All right, now we'll get an 808 in here, and then we can mix it. Which is what we all came for. That's why we're here. Yeah, I mean, I can't control it, Buddy Bikes. It was the chord that I played, and I couldn't say no to it. Like once I found that shit, I was like, hold on, hold on. I like it. No, hit this. The headphones. A lot of hi hat sauce there. Loud ass hi hats. the this. All right, so check this out. So, like I said, I made the uh I made the mixing cheat sheet for everybody. People like to argue with me about it. So, I don't want those people's music to sound like shit, so I'm going to give them another way to think about it, right? Everybody's trying to get loud, right? Trying to get loud. Whole point of the mixing cheat sheet was built around an old um understanding of mine, right? Which was to mix around the kick, right? If the kick is going to be the loudest part of the song, you make that the loudest part of the song and you mix around it, right? So maybe that language works better. Maybe you see numbers on a piece of paper and you're like, "Oh no, it's not math." All right, fine. Whatever. I got you. Cuz your shit still sucks, right? So let me show you. So I use a mastering chain of K-clip and Pro L. I use K Clip and Pro L because it reminds me of my better maker. Okay? So if you don't like, you know, you think it's like somehow dangerous to have your audio level low in a DAW, right? Because that's what you guys keep talking about. Like, oh, we can have it as loud as we want, so it should be loud. All right, fine. They had to do loud right. So I go for like negative 9, 10 LUFS. So that's totally out of balance, right? You can see like my mix is all jacked up. I'm gonna have to do something about it. So I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna mute everything. Right? We mute it. Okay. Then I'll go to my kick. Right? And I seen somebody else do this shit, and it made so much sense. All right. So I got my Pro L out because that's gonna be my luff meter, right? And then this guy here, this is gonna do the majority of my compression. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna worry about, since whatever. I'm not gonna worry about where my kick is, right? What I'm gonna do is, since the kick is gonna be the loudest part of the track, I'm going to get it. I'm going to adjust my clipper so that it hits between like negative 11, 10, 9 LUFs, right? And then that's gonna be our guide. And I'm not gonna fuck with the mastering chain anymore after that. All right, so now every other decision that I make is just gonna be based on this sounding as good as possible. We don't have to work with no numbers, right? But when you do this, you always need a guidepost, and that's where people who don't want to use like templates or techniques, or they think it is all like random. This is like the most random way to work and get a reliable, consistent result every time as far as loudness. guys. I had to go get the door. So, all right. Start with your 808. All I'm doing is pulling the faders. Watch my faders. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that, bro. I gotta do one more thing. I don't know why I'm making I never make beats like this. I don't know why I'm making this shit. I know who I'm sending it to though. I have no idea why I'm doing this, but it's just happening. It's just happening. We need another instrument track. And we need oh no. Wait. Yes. Oh, I did it. Lovely. And then we'll hit it with that guy. Boom. Stream Deck for the fucking win. All right. We gotta go. Yoink. You guys know what we need. Too low? We need higher? Need down here. Oh. No, not yet. Hold on. Oh, you bastard. Don't you dare. Let's get sexy. Yes. Yes, let's put some emotions in it. Where is this coming from? Don't know what's happening to me right now. Yes, Money Mikes. Yes, Money Mikes. It's like, bro. It's like you know me forever, dog. You know all my moves. Ah, look what I can do now. Ha ha. Yes, sir. That makes me so happy. I made a key command or a macro so that when I hit Command Option F on a region, it'll show me it in Finder, and that is important because if you ever wish to use Serato sample, talking about if you ever wish to use it, you cannot drag from the damn playlist. This makes it so much faster. Why you sound like that, buddy? Where is it? There's some. Money Mike's. I wish this is not what I meant to do, but we can explore this when I fix this. I don't know what just happened. It's like my routing is messed up or something. What's this? What the hell is this? Okay. Oh, hush. My cash on? Oh, how do you see that? I bet it's these. What? I don't know what just happened. We got like some type of feedback loop going. Do you understand why? We'll give it the old close and reopen. Shane says this is her kind of beat. This is Shane type beat. Uh oh. Okay. Yo, I wonder. I think I'm gonna stop saying. I think I'm gonna stop putting CMP kits stickers on everything. Yo, 'cause, yo, sometimes I get like people hit me up. They're like, "Yo, what's this loop from this video you did? This shit's hard. Like, where can I get this?" And I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like, it's on the sticker. It's in the description. It's CMP kits have a sample site to make samples. Money Mike said we need to Money Mike said we need to overdrive something. Now we need some. We gotta let everybody know. I don't care. I make rap beats. We gotta let everybody know this is a rap beat. Ooh, what I know what I got. Hold on, no, I'm bugging. Actually, I probably got it right here. Hold up. Let's see here. Add instrument. Let's add another try-in. Right? Let's add another try-in. Right? What do we got here? Oh my God, no. Say why why did they ever make these? Who used these? I feel like the dudes who made Chingy's Beach use those. That fills up the frequencies nice. Filling up the little frequencies. You guys do that? Like when you're taking your time doing a good job, you ever try to build your little wall of sound? I know you got. Come on. There it is. There's one more that I need. We're almost out of here. Come on. One more that I need. This is a good one. How's that sound like mix wise? Sound clear? Everything loud? Do you hear it? Seeing we're hitting our negative 11, 10, 10 LUTs. It doesn't sound crazy. It doesn't sound super messed up. Thanks for tapping in, Big Will. It doesn't sound messed up or over compressed or nothing like that. It's solid. I took the guitar out. I got it reversing now. It's only playing on this pattern. shit goes. That shit goes, bro. What a balance. What a balance. Man, I want to do that idea that I had before. I don't know if you guys caught me talking about it, but I was like when I was doing all my MPC stuff, I just saved a bunch of those loops. Now I want to take like one of those pre-made like MPC loops that I had and make like a B section, like a whole like just take this shit left on some beat tape shit. Um, but I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat. I appreciate you guys. Keep it simple. Don't be basic. Thanks for tapping in, and we'll see you on the next.